The Jedi Temple was the fortress home of the Jedi Order based on Coruscant and had stood for over a millennia, but was targeted from their enemies across the galaxy. But how do you successfully invade the Jedi Temple? Now, for this battle plan, we're going to be taking on the role of the Confederacy of Independent Systems. It was really a toss-up between this and the Republic, but I wanted to do the CIS, because they're always fun. But if you do want to see a clone versus Jedi scenario, do just let me know in the comments. But let's continue. So, for this battle plan, we're going to be saying that you've captured Coruscant, and your only remaining foe is the Jedi Temple. Now, we don't want to orbitally bombard it, cause we're going to say that you want to pillage the Jedi archives afterwards. Your objectives is to kill all of the Jedi on sight and secure the temple. But firstly, let's get over why this is going to be such a difficult task. Well, firstly, the Jedi Temple is massive and very defendable as a structure, towering above most of the skyline, so you're going to be attacking uphill. It's also shielded to prevent damage to the exterior to an extent, and obviously we have the Jedi themselves. Now, we're going to be basing this attack towards the end of the war, in a similar setting to when Order 66 happened. Now, in this period, there was approximately 10,000 Jedi, however many of the Knights and Masters were spread across the galaxy fighting the war. So we're going to estimate in the temple at the time we're attacking, there's going to be between 500 to 1,000 Jedi. Now, this includes Padawans, younglings, but also the Jedi Temple Guard, various Knights and Masters who are stationed there recovering from injuries, etc., and of course, council members. And there could be about 6 of these in the temple at any one time at least. Now, conventional warfare against the Jedi doesn't work very well. They're going to be able to repel your attacks for a long time, and eventually reinforcements will arrive, so you need to make this as quick as possible. Now, as for who's going to lead your attack, I think that the best option is of course General Grievous. This is his element, he is perfectly designed to fight and kill Jedi. However, as a side note, I'd also recommend using bounty hunters such as Dirge or Cad Bane, as they have extensive experience with Jedi, and it's going to be incredibly useful. So, how are we going to attack? Well, firstly, you need to secure the surrounding area. The last thing you want is for the Jedi to launch a counterattack against you, because that could be devastating. You want them locked inside their fortress home. For this reason, you're going to have patrols around the hangars, etc. on lockdown. Basically, nothing leaves the temple. Well, now you're going to be taking a leaf out of Darth Malgus's books. You see, marching legions of conventional battle droids to the temple won't work. At least it won't be effective. You need to hit hard to give troops additional time to reach the interior. So we're going to be using Drock-class boarding ships, and you're going to be landing them as close to the temple's main entrance as possible. Meanwhile, you will use HMP gunships to drop further troops onto the roof. This will separate the Jedi's forces and force them to defend 2 entrances. And these ships are brilliant as they're quick and feature a vast array of armaments. But what troops are you going to be putting there? Standard battle droids are relatively useless, unless in completely overwhelming numbers, so majority of your vanguard is going to be made up of commando droids. They're far faster and more effective than standard units, and capable of unleashing devastating first assaults. Meanwhile, all this is happening, you're going to be sending your legions of battle droids forward. They're going to be slow, but once they're inside, they'll be effective. Now, the commando droids need to be capable of killing Jedi, and they need to be well equipped to do this. You may want to give them shields as to prevent shots being ricocheted back at them, or vibroblades as they can melee Jedi attacks. However, I'd recommend using other weapons, and we're going to be taking a leaf out of the Mandalorian's books for this. For example, flechette launchers, which are kind of like shrapnel shotguns. Most Jedi are going to struggle to defend against being torn apart by the hundreds of pieces of metal. We're also going to be using flamethrowers. Most Jedi can't repel fire, especially the young, less experienced knights who will be making up most of the population of the temple. As another side note, the perfect droids for this would be the B3 or the CB3 battle droids. You can check out a video I did on them here, but they were literally designed to butcher Jedi. One been made entirely from cortosis, meaning lightsabers were ineffective against them, and the other been so heavily armed it brought death to all those around them. Now, by this point, you should have secured most of the main entrance with Grievous and the elite droids at the front, meanwhile the rooftop team will probably have secured it. It's likely that they will be locked out of the temple, however their main purpose is on the roof to stop anyone from escaping and keeping it secure. Meanwhile, the bulk of your army should be getting close to the entrance, fresh-faced and ready to fight, as the Jedi have been too preoccupied fighting your forces at the gate. Now, for pushing into the temple itself, it is of course going to be difficult. You're going to want to be using your elite Vanguard and Grievous and the other bounty hunters to breach Jedi strongpoints such as the library and quarters and probably the council chambers. From here, the plan's pretty straightforward. Once you're in the close quarters of the Jedi Temple, and you have legions of battle droids at your back, it's basically impossible for the Jedi to win. There's nowhere for them to run, your troops will eventually just wash over them. Council members and other Jedi Masters may be problematic, however Grievous combined with any other Jedi killing characters you bring such as Dirge, and the incredible amount of droids, means that they will eventually fall. No Jedi can fight forever, and they can't escape due to your patrols around the temple and the troops stationed on the roof. So this is probably the best idea that I could come up with for storming the Jedi Temple as the Separatist Alliance. It's a very difficult task within itself, but what do you guys think? Would it work? And how would you sack the Jedi Temple? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, please remember to like, share and sub if you did enjoy it, it's really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also don't forget to follow me on Twitter at @TheLoreGuy and tick the bell for regular updates. Thanks again for watching, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.